If you could remind me the question, I'm sorry.
The consent.
Oh, it's, the consent. Oh, the consent is being addressed by my good and learned friend,
Very
Mr.
well,
Elisha
very well.
Ongoya.
Yes, Council.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, distinguished senators. The distinguished senator for Narok County has asked succinct questions. Number one, if you look at the petition claimed two things. That number one, the Deputy Chief Justice has no respect for the judiciary, which is why he made the allegations that he made against Justice Esther Maina. And number two, that the the Deputy President, my apologies, lied when he said he was going to file a complaint before the JSC. So you respond to the motion as presented. Now, to respond to that, there was no necessity to file this consent because the consent does not address itself to the claim by the DP that is going to file a complaint against the judge. What then happened, distinguished senator, is that the witness came here and then began taking this court through the judgment of Maina. Now it's altering the claim as presented in the motion, which is why we had now to take him through the issue of the consent. Now that addresses, and so we have not presented the consent before this Senate because the motion as framed did not require the consent to respond to it. But having said that, my learned colleague, the mover of the motion, makes a false statement that a consent does not determine the merits of the matter. In fact, a consent determines the merits of the matter. When you enter a consent and say that the judgment that was rendered by the trial court, you are entering a consent to state a different state of affairs. You are actually vacating that judgment. The trial court had taken the money in question from the DP to the Asset Recovery Agency. The consent took the money from the Asset Recovery Agency back to the DP. That is the substance of the matter. So the argument by the mover of the motion before you that a consent does not settle the matter on the merits is law upside down. Law upright is that a consent settles the merits of the matter that it addresses. Thank you so much.
Now, honorable senators, can I get an indication from counsel for the